As with all of these trucks, loving the West End. Just not had luck today with this. Are we good?
Yeah, here we go. Ready?
Right.
2, 1, and...
Are you good? Once again?
Attacked by spiders.
Okay, welcome everybody to this week's Sharp Stories. We're in the West End today. This is
We've been here for a while.
I know, it's one of my favorite parts of the city as well. This area reminds me a lot of home. Obviously home being the UK, the motherland. Because this is practically one of the only areas that there's actually any history in Vancouver.
Lord Young Terrace building.
You know we're Lords, right?
You know we're Lords.
But yeah, everything else just seems to get teared down in Vancouver when it reaches a certain age.
Torn down.
Don't start with me.
What are we talking about today?
Unfortunately, I know I have the nickname Mr. Optimism, but
self-proclaimed.
Yep. But unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit of a negative topic today.
I'll keep it light. I'll balance the positivity today.
Never.
Where are you going?
Nobody has ever said that McInnes adds.
Where are you going?
Positivity. The market is going to go through quite a significant shift down.
Okay.
So first of all, I want to start off. There was an article that went around. I think it was Daily Hive. I'm starting to hate Daily Hive more and more at the moment. But they put out a thing saying people could expect their interest rates to go up, their payments to go up 45% in 2025, 2026. Right?
4 years.
Obviously, when it comes to like renewals, end of terms and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a gaslighting thing that it shouldn't be allowed, because what they're actually talking about is those who got rates at the epitome of low, at the very low.
Which was like 1.5?
Yeah.
1?
Exactly. They were stress tested at that time for about 5%. Because it's not just the 2%, it's the higher of the two minimum marks. And at that point, I think it was 5.25%. So if you've been stress tested for essentially a 200+% increase, that 45% from the lowest is nothing. But it makes a good headline, and it makes people panic and be scared. Now, on the other hand, things are changing. Obviously, the interest rates are going up. This is why I feel that we're going to be in such a predicament in the market, because, I mean, interest rates haven't been this high since 2007?
When I started in 07,
way back,
you were at high fives, basically 6%.
Okay.
So we're a little bit below that, but we're getting there. I think I think Scotia just posted 5.1 or 5.2 for 5 year.
Okay.
So we're getting there.
So people are getting stress tested 2% higher than that. So that's 7%, just over 7%.
Yeah.
The Bank of Canada have already said that they want to continue raising interest rates, and they've actually said that they may not stop at 3%. So before you know it, we could have people arguably stress testing for close to 10%, which is crazy because, so we had those rates, like those high fives back in 2007, 2008, but what were prices back in 2007, 2008?
Yeah.
Right? So you've got double the cost of pricing, plus you're stress testing for 10%. I mean, that's a huge amount for Canada.
I think in general, and especially from what we've seen, but when people go to renew, if and when, most people, as we know, take 5-year fixed. Mm-hmm. They posted a number on that recently. It was something very, very high, like 90% or something like that of people will go 5-year fixed. And so when those people go to renew in 5 years, I mean, in all reality, the rates could be anywhere. If we've seen such an increase, we've seen 4% increase in the last 3 months.
Yeah, and I mean, we've already
seen... So it can move real quick.
And we've already seen a really heavy push down on the market. The market has changed around drastically since those changes. So to keep going and to go to that extent is, I think you're going to see even more of a shift in the market. And unfortunately, it's going to be really far down. Now again, I preface this because you get all of the
really far down.
You get all of the YouTube. You get all of the YouTube comments and stuff like that saying the whole thing's collapsing and Canada's going to blow up at the same time and all of that. But it's going to change things significantly. It's going to flip-flop it the other way around, and we're going to have a problem where there's too much inventory and no demand because people can't afford.
Well, and now, I don't believe that will be an overly long-winded hold at rates that severe. I think the government is clearly trying to put a pause on things, and they're doing a good job. But I don't see this being a long-winded thing.
Are they doing a good job?
Well, they're slowing the market down, yeah. Are they good? Don't get me wrong, they're not doing a good job in general.
They brought it in when the market was already starting to see the effects of slowing as well. So it's actually going to be I think it's going to be the seesaw effect, right? Because the Bank of Canada have no idea actually about when inflation is going to stop, how, at what rates, and so on and so forth, or when it's going to have an impact. So they go high, and then, it's too much, then they go low.
Well, they just announced a $7 billion inflation fix. So how you fix inflation by creating $7 billion more credit on the system is beyond
For those of you who don't know, this inflation, even though they do say it's supply chain related in the war in Ukraine, it's not. It's because they kept on giving huge billions and continue to print money that they do not have, which devalues our dollar, meaning everything gets more expensive, which is why you're paying more and more now. I think we're at 6.7 or 6.8%. They just announced at the end of May.
That they say,
for
which
the
means
official
12.
metric, which
12%.
12, arguably 15. So yeah, that's a whole other tangent. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we'll talk about that next. Do you want to talk?
So, in contrast to that plethora of Ben's negativity, we're going to tangent into another investment class, of course, which everyone is familiar with and should have much love for, which is the stock market.
Beautiful.
So in this segment, obviously, we additionally have a softening, specifically in sectors like tech and all that sort of stuff. I'm good. All my stuff is blue chip dividend. I just want to be able to feed myself after retirement. So everything is safe. It's slightly down.
You have 3 girls. You've got a long way to go to.
But it's not as dramatic and drastic as some of the segments that some people are currently getting hammered on.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now, if I were to put my money into something, I would put it into the stock market over real estate. Obviously, real estate, we have very high inflated prices, plus the barrier to entry at the moment for real estate with interest rates and so on and so forth. But the stock market is essentially on sale right now. So I know not everyone has that money laying around, and I know a lot of people say I don't have the spare money to invest. It shouldn't be spare money, it should be a priority. But you're essentially getting everything on sale now. And if you are going for something like dividend paying stocks, so on and so forth, you're having the chance to get a dividend at a cheaper discounted price than what you've been paying before. Because I mean, there's been substantial drop-offs across the border for everything, almost.
Like we were talking about last week, with the market change now in real estate, it's more of a shift in mindset to a quick flipping every 2-year commodity, but now it's a home, which we're going to build equity in, and I think it's going to draw out the life expectancy of someone's purchase. We just need to start thinking longer term. Let's start thinking about when we retire. Let's get those dividends secured today, get the real estate secured today, pay off equity, hold on to it, and the day-to-day fluctuations, which we've been talking about, or month to month, and everything you hear in the news, becomes irrelevant. Just don't lose your job. Easier said than done now in some segments. Keep the payments good, safe, and you're good. There's nothing to worry about.
But I mean, I think fundamentally when it came to investment in real estate, that one of the benefits, of course, is being secure. No one's going to pick up your apartment or house and run away with it. But you can essentially buy, I know there's a conversation between is a home an asset or not, and if it's an investment, I believe it should be an asset. You should be making money from it, not down every month. But you could essentially buy a $500,000, $600,000 asset for just the sake of a down payment. So you could buy, I don't know, a $600,000 condo, and you could put in 150, possibly 200, whatever it is that you need to make profit. But because of those inflated prices right now, that number in which you need to command for rent, plus the interest rates, it doesn't make sense as much anymore. But then you look at the other side of things, stock. Again, I argue that it should be a long-term play as well. On the dividend side of things, look long-term with both the real estate and the stock market. Arguably, you can play that gambling game and you can bet on stocks that are currently on sale and low, that are going to go back up. Obviously, up to you if you want to do that. We're more of the long-term on the dividends game, and all of that stuff is on sale right now.
Just make money and buy income.
Make your money work for you. Thanks, guys.
Till next week.